What's up, WWE Champions Universe? It's Lee from Champions Chat, and this is your Break It Down on Jacqueline, Miss Jacqueline. She's your S+ tier character for the May Madness event. I was expecting Macho Man, but Miss Jackie deserves a character in the game finally, and they did a really good job with her. I mean, she looks a lot like Miss Jacqueline from the real life of fake wrestling. Miss Jacqueline was a powerhouse, but this poster is a technician. A focus technician, in fact. There was a run where they did a lot of focus technicians. It's been a little bit since then, so hopefully you've built back up those shards. But Attitude Era focus technician, no gear and just the Attitude Era link. And then her trainer ability, purple moves start with 2 more MP, red gems do 50% more damage. So continuing on that cycle that they've had for those. Everyone that we've done in the power ratings that has this basic setup has been a 3 out of 5, so I would expect that to be the case with her as well. We've got a few different movesets, but we're going to start with this one right here. It is the 5 MP purple German suplex. Deal damage and gain 10 blue MP, and then reversal. If the opponent generated a multiply gem, you're going to deal 5 million damage and steal up to 49 multiply gems, and then steal the opponent's turn. So that kind of goes back to the focus of defeating multi-gem users this month. So your indies, your Rias, your others who are building these up, both those acro versions actually, that are using your multiply gems, she is going to be a counter to that. And keep in mind, with that move equipped, any multiply gem user that you use, this moveset is going to hit immensely harder than what I'm going to show you. Then you've got an 8 MP, but it doesn't matter because it's loaded by the 5 MP purple move. Blue missile drop kick, deal damage, and make 41 random gems into silence gems. Then the 10 MP blue float over DDT, deal bonus damage for every silence gem, which I'm not a fan of those just because they don't tend to scale well. However, it is going to be a lot of damage once we get going here. Then do a finisher, and look at that. That's almost 2 million damage on the move. So Slim Numbers and I were talking about this on his Spotlight video, the next meta kind of being combinations of damage, like not just gem damage, not just move damage, but also this unblockable damage like she's got right here. There's a lot going on with this moveset. So you could go all in on purple gem damage because the next thing is make 31 random gems purple. You go all in on silence gem damage. You could go all in on move damage. There's just a lot of ways to go with this. On the entourage, you just need Woods for her MP, and then that gives her the 5 that she needs. So then you're focusing on purple gems, blue moves, or purple or silence gems. But both Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes the Zombie do both purple gems and silence gems nicely. So silence gems at 75% with Jacob, and purple do 60. And then Zombie Cody, purple gems do 30, silence gems do 60. And then Zombie Hogan, silence gems do 50% more damage. I have requested, not that I have any say in these things, but I've pointed out that it would be great for him to go up to 100%, because we've had a lot of, for years, we've had reinforced gems do 100%, but et cetera, et cetera. And we're getting like color turns do 200% with new characters, so I don't expect that he should go up to 200% per se, but hopefully maybe somebody hears my cries and moves him to 100%. There are 2 very good plates for this. If you don't have them, it's okay. You can sub some other things, but you're not going to use the Uso cap because that's green gems, but the what's this called? The total silence, of course. Whenever you break 8 or more, make 8 or more silence gems, make 8 multiply gems of strength 8, and then the out of control, which This seemed to be a rare plate, but then I've gotten it like on my own account at like 2 or 3 events bags. So maybe it's not as rare, but whenever you make 6 or more silence gems, increase all of your gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. There is other, plates that do some things around silence and things like that, but not that plate. Not a ton. You could also just go with the whenever you activate a purple move, increase your purple gem damage, but you're only activating 1 purple move, so do with that what you will. All right, so let's check her out up against Mrs. Jade Cargill. Sort of the Attitude Era version of Jade with Miss Jacqueline, actually. Definitely Jackie was a little shorter, but the similar vibe, actually, in the way they were presented. So, yeah, anyways. All right, so you're going to hit this move right here. Again, if she makes multi-gems, you're going to blast her, but she's going to sub me if I don't destroy her. Wait till you see the sub on this one, though. All right, so 41 silence gems. We've procced both plates now at this point, so you'll see those times 8 pop up, which, by the way, thinking like the way devs design things, makes 41 silence gems, and that plate makes 8 multiply gems, which is exactly the full board. So I'm just saying. Now you're going to deal 1.5 million bonus damage for every silence gem. So you're talking a little around 50-ish million. Then you're doing a 5.6 million finisher, because I forgot to show you on the strap, but it's right there. Right there. That we've got a 200% blue. It's a Fury 2 set and 100% strap, but it's got a 200% move damage in the 3rd slot right there. There we go. So anyway, so now you're doing 55 million damage. Then you're making 31 random gems into purple. Jade has 74 million health. She started with about 75. So if we drain her, that's 75 million turn 1. I love how it does 723 damage. That's all, 723. And we did, in fact, drain her and then some by about 15 million. So it was about a 90-ish million hit. Very easy. You don't even really touch the board, and it goes by super quick with that. So, your results will vary based on whether you have those 2 plates, but you're still doing a lot of unbreakable or unblockable damage, I should say. So she's easily hitting that 60 million range. Just, 60 to 70 million actually. It's just that extra spice on there adds up. So that right there is 1 turn in every mode. Well, sorry, not boss battle, but in feud or showdown or tours. So very, very good. That's your first moveset for her. I like it a lot. But she has some insane other things that she's doing. So we're going to check out a couple things. Kind of a variation on this one, actually, as well. So let's go look at that now. All right, her second moveset is a super sub. And I know how you feel about subs. I love them. I know other people hate them. But let's be honest, this is a super sub. Like, meta relevant finally. Really. So German suplex stays, the float over DDT stays. The only thing we're changing out is the figure 4 leg lock, color submission. Choose 8 gems to make into purple subs, so they repeat the whole moveset there. Do 3.5 million damage for 3 turns while subs are on the board. Remaining submission gems turn into leech gems of strength 2.1 million. So talk about lots of streams of damage again. We're hitting that in spades. And then you're not doing the damage per silence gem, but you are turning 31 purple. So if you break this, break the leech gems, then you're going to get 2 point whatever million per each on that as well. On your entourage, there's a few different ways you can go. You still need woods to get started loaded turn 1. Right here, you could put Eddie. You could put Striker Austin. He does 80% per turn, so you'd be doing 3 less turns, but 80% more in those 3 turns. But keep in mind, if you're losing turns, you're losing 100% of the damage for those. So even if you put Muhammad Ali on there, you're getting 100%, but you're not getting as many turns. So my preference is blue subs do 3 more turns with Eddie Guerrero. There's also Mick Foley, who does 2 turns and 50% more damage. So again, you could play around with this. Then we're going to use the Tribal Chief, the old version, the tech version. Blue subs do 50% more and last 1 more turn. And Logan Paul for any color subs do 50% more and last 1 more turn. So we are doing 7 million for 8 turns. That is 56 million sub damage. Then you're leaving Leech Gems. You're automatically refilling your purple move because you're going to break it with the finisher there, or you could just super sub it and you can make the blue move reload itself. So however you want to play that. There's nothing that boosts the sub on the plate or the strap, but if you were to use the All Heart whenever you generate sub gems, you can boost your purple gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. And the Seal of the Acolyte, whenever you make 6 or more submission gems, increase all your gem damage by 50%. So for the if they survive the 56 million sub turn, then you could turn right around and hit them with your gem damage, which is now boosted several times. And then again, we'll hit the Leech Gems. Now, the Leech Gems are going to just suck 2 million damage away. They're not going to be buffed in and of themselves, etc., etc. You'll get the idea, right? But it is, again, multiple streams of damage. Be aware, though, there are characters that reverse if you increase your move with another move, so that might have been reversed right there. There are, of course, characters who reverse subs, like Zombie Bailey, for example. So you have all those things. Now, if you're going to try to reload the purple move, you only need to hit 4 to do that. So if you did something like that, boom, you're reloaded. And then I would just put the rest anywhere you can that she's not likely to break them. Although, as you can see, the more you fill the board up, the more likely is she is going to break them. So, do what you can with that and kind of go from there. We broke some ourselves there. But now 8 turns, 56 million sub, and we're going to get all of it right here. You've got plenty on the board to, even if she breaks them, you're fine. So you only get 3 Leech Gems, but now we're either ready to totally be reloaded with this move, or what I just want to show you, we'll hit the finisher. You're only going to hit those 3 Leech Gems if you connect them. But, yeah, see, we did connect all 3 of them. So now we've leeched 6 million from her, and then we've also hit her with the gem damage. So once again, 75 million health, done turn 1. I mean, cycle 1 in this case. But for those who love submission builds, that is one heck of a submission build. And here's the thing. You got to think about feud and trainers. If you are going for... Now, Miss Jackie using silence gems, you're probably not stealing those silence gem trainers from anybody else. But when it comes to characters who like all of them do multiplies, well, you have a limited pool of trainers you can pull from, but use 6 characters that use multiply gems in feud, you just can't get that done. Whereas right here, if you focus her on sub, then you're not probably using the blue sub-trainers anywhere else, so she has a good, unique spot on your feud roster. Similar with silence gems, because you're probably not using silence gems elsewhere, but you get the idea what I'm saying. All right, so that's one more. She's actually got a couple more movesets. I'll show you real quick, though, because one of them's really weird. Really weird. For her third moveset, I would normally say for her last, because we usually only do 3 per, but the next one is the weird one, and I just want to show it real quick. But we're going to do triple green, 5 MP green, low angle splash, deal damage, choose 6 gems to make into green gems. The butterfly slam, deal damage, it's starting to get a little heavier there. Make 7x3 random area to leech gems of strength 1.8. So to point it out again, leech gems are weird. They're different than a lot of other gems. So normally, like if you boost the leech gem, you're not actually boosting the strength of the steel. You're boosting the gem that sits on top of it, or it sits under, I guess I should say, whatever you want to say. And so like if you say leech gems do more damage, it actually makes the color under it do more damage that you turn into a color. So just keep that in mind. It's a little bit different, but that's kind of an unblockable damage, so to speak. And then hardcore, if the opponent's style is chaotic, first deal damage and increase the damage of all your gems by 200% for one turn. Then you have the Tornado DDT. It's 10 MP green, so you are going to need to load it with the first move. Increase your green gem damage by 200% for one turn. Then do a finisher, deal a decent amount of move damage, and make 21 leech gems into green. So, notice this, we have 5, 8, and 10. So, you can do a few things with this. You could just get 5 and go straight to the 10 and, make things happen with the leech. Or you could do your 5 and 3 match if you're able to, and possibly redo the butterfly slam twice, which if they're chaotic is going to do some things, and then hit the finisher. You get the idea. Wait till we get it all done here. Entourage-wise, George Steele will get your first move loaded, and then you have to decide what you want to do from there. The new hologram Cena, the HLRSE, Holors version, leech gems do 200% more damage. The reason I explained the gem damage is because the leech gems are not going to steal 4 million damage here, you'll see in a moment, but they are then going to do the green gems that they become 200% more green gem damage, because the leech gems are going to become green gems, if that makes sense. Then green gems do 40% more damage with Chelsea if she were at 6 gold. And then Diamond Dallas Page, green gems do 30% more damage, green moves do 30% more damage. So check my math here real quick, right? Notice that the leech gem strength has not gone up. There's still 1.8 million. So this is not boosting that. It is boosting the damage of the gems under it. Let's keep going. On this, you could do the Bloodsucker plate. I would actually recommend the scimitars. Not only do more people have more of those, but whenever you activate a green move, increase your green move damage by 100% for 2 turns. And you can do some things with this. And then pair that move damage with some gem damage with a green Royal Rumble plate, and you have got a lot of different streams of damage happening all at once. You get me? See where I'm going with this? It's crazy. So I lost a match somewhat on purpose. I accidentally went in before I started recording this third one, but I want to show you also how the health steal works, the leech aspect when you break the gems, to see if we get back to full health. So yes, I know our superstar's health is low. That's the point. Lots of different versions of damage here coming out. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now, if we cascade, Jade is going to sub us, just so we know. So you have this one right here is 5 out of 8. So you're going to be able to load this one. Then you've got the butterfly slam that you can load. So if you do a 3 match and then a 5 match, you can possibly reload the butterfly slam twice. You just gotta, it's gonna be tricksy, hobbitses. You could, instead of Chelsea, run Hollywood Hogan right there, and then you do have a chance to do this twice, which I'll show you in just a moment, and then you just need to get to 5 more here. So this is a little bit of a tricksy hobbitses play, so to speak. Yeah, so we're gonna put that there. And then we're going to set up a 5 match. And then I'm going to put this here to disrupt accidentally matching this blue. So we're going to try this and see what happens. Perfect. So this is now going to buff us up 200%. That's going to make those into these, which are doing damage, and then you'll notice it steals at a set amount of health. All right, so we're going to match that. Hope we don't cascade. Now we have 3 on the board in terms of the thing, so we can't do that. But we are doing 2.5 million damage on the green move, which is also then going to buff the sub. So we're going to do that one, and then we're just going to hit OK and not put any gems down. Now, your sub, increase your green gem damage by 200%, then do 12 million, right? Is that all that is? Let's see here, 972. Yeah, 12 million. Make 21 leech gems into green. Again, she's got 67 million. We're going to make all those green. We're going to steal health and get all healed back up. Let's see how this works. Ba-do-do-do. And she's gone. It didn't show me the damage, but it was more than 67 million. So there you go. There you go. So that was one way to run that. Let me show you one more real quick way, and then we will do the weird move set before we go. Because, yeah, she's just so good. Like, Charlotte and her best tricksters in the, or best technicians in the game. It's not even close, as Merrick's would say. All right. So now on this one, instead of putting her there, we're going to put Hollywood. So matching any color gems charges that move by 2. There we go. And we're going to run the same kind of gambit we did before, but if we do this right, if I'm right, we can get 1 extra green move charge on there, which is going to buff our gems by another 200%. Not that you need them. And it's going to buff your move by another 100%. Not that you need it. So same deal, 5 out of 8. So do a 3 and a 5. Let's see. We should be able to do this one here. And then I'm going to disrupt this blue setup here. That's going to drop. That should work. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should work. If I did it right, this will go smoothly. Nope, it will not. It will not. It will not. Okay, crap, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we'll have to try one more time. I'm not going to edit this out because I don't cherry pick on these kind of things, but you can kind of still see how this goes. Without hitting the move, you're at 10 million, so you do 2 additional million every time you buff that green move, triggering the Sheik Plate. So she has 70 million damage, or health, whatever. That was 10 million plus, so basically 70 million. So that's actually really helpful to see, ultimately, because we just saw we basically did right over 70 million with everything said and done. So buffing that move one more time actually was only taking off that extra 2 million for her to be done. So right at 70 million, but it does take some things, and it takes some patience. And it's not, the other two are pretty set it and forget it. This one's a little more involved, but it's fun. And it uses some things that a lot of people don't use. Naomi's using green gem damage, but other than that, like, not very many characters on the roster are using green anymore, or yet, or whatever. All right, so if I do this, I'll need to get that out of the way. This, and I'll get that out of the way. That should work. Let's try this again. Okay, so far so good. All right, so now we're going to buff our gems by 200%. And if she were chaotic, so if we were going up against Naya, we would be able to do that again. Then we're going to do this. Now we need 8, but we actually only need 7, or 6, right? 6, because that's what will charge us out. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those available. So we can choose 6 gems into green. What I recommend is doing it along the top. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, with Hogan's 5, so 4, so I don't want to do a row break. Yep, so I would still recommend doing like this. Technically, you only need 4 because Hogan will add that back in. And I don't want to go here because that's going to hit that green gem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will give me 7. Crap. Hold on. That's not enough. All right, so if I do it on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me 7. I can't do that either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gives me 8. I'll do that to avoid matching a red. Hopefully this will work. Dang it, it did not. So you can see how this goes. But theoretically, if I could get this to work, we would be able to throw down another set of the leech gems. Plus, we're doing all the damage that we get to buff from the gems twice. Plus, we have a bigger area. We're turning green, so you're hitting more gems. So, yeah, this would be your boss battle setup because she's going to keep leeching off a ton of health, which means you're gonna be able to do a lot with this in that. Yeah, green gems, leech gems, and then you're healing yourself off the boss. So this is kind of more of a boss battle build because she's if you screw up, you just keep going, right? Yeah. Anyway. All right, let's try one more time here, see what I can do with this. That's actually already ready to set up, although I don't usually like doing them that low. So like right there, I don't like doing them that low. But all of the rest of the ways I could do this are already screwed. So I'm going to try it, and we'll just make some gems green just so we have more green on the board. All right, there we go. This is actually going to, because it's going to throw them. It always throws them in the same spot, it seems like. It's supposed to be random, I thought. But nope, there we go. It actually went along the bottom. Okay. So this actually will work. All right. So I need to get to 8. Hogan's going to give me 2 when I match, so I need 6. So in this case, what I might just do is go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then get rid of this black gem so it doesn't accidentally match. There's still a chance for Cascade because you're making a wild card and you're dropping a row. Gosh dang it. But you get the idea. Like if I could get this to go off, it's doing insane damage. Try it one more time, but we're 13 minutes on this moveset right now, and that is not what I intended for this. But again, if I edit this out, like sure, you get the video quickly, but you also don't see the fact that this is more difficult than the other movesets. It takes finesse. There's a lot more cascade, like a lot more cascade risk, as you can see. But you saw what it did if you just do the 5 and 3 and get it done. So you can do that as well. You can just go straight through it, but really, really would like to show it. Really would. All right. 1, 2. Gosh dang. 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's not going to draw. Okay, we're going to risk it again. Oh, so far so good. Okay. Boom. That was not as ideal. The last one was better. Do this one again. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't look likely to cascade, but goodness, you've seen. We're finally getting it. Okay. Whew. All right, we did it. We did it. Let's see. I'm going to hit this one again. Not to place gems. Do not place gems. But because it's the lowest overall damage, and we're buffing the Chic Plate every time we do this. So now this one is going to be 4 million, right? That's not 41. No, it's 4 million. Now we're going to do another 7x3 random area into gems. We're not buffing 200%. I'm sorry. I've said that like 5 times, but I forgot the order of moves. If this doesn't override, yes. Okay. Finally, finally, this is the ideal exact scenario that you want to do. So now we're going to buff our green gems 200% with this. We're doing 16 million damage, which is not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it did buff us up. And then we're going to make 21 leech gems into green gems. Yes, the bloodsucker might have been better. It's a super rare plate. Super rare plate. This way you get lots of different damage, and this is going to do an insane amount. She has 60 million left. There's no way she's going to survive. That was 16 plus that, plus now we've triggered the Royal Rumble plate finally. This is what I wanted to see. Her health is just gone. That was an insane amount of damage right there. It just took everything to get there. So, 16 minutes on this one moveset, but there's still the Trixie Hobbits' moveset, so let's check it out and then we'll be done. Oh my gosh, we did it. All right, this is the last moveset. This is the one that's super tricky and fun. 5 MP German suplex you've seen, gain 10 blue MP. Reversal if they do multiply gems. Here's the new move for you. 5 MP Punch Flurry. Deal damage and bleed damage to your opponent for 3 turns. Then deal damage and increase your gem dodge chance by 100% on gem swipes for 10 turns, which means they are not going to be able to use a gem swipe on you. They can use moves, but not gems, right? You're going to see. Then you've got the figure 4 leg lock color submission that you've already seen, but instead of buffing the sub, we're going all in on bleed. So you need Woods for purple MP, start with 4 more MP. That's going to load the first 2 moves. Apollo at 6 gold is now moves that cause bleed will do 200% more bleed damage. If you don't have him, there's Scott Steiner. There's one of the Steiners. Anyway, there's a couple people that do 65% bleed damage. I think maybe even one that does 100, but nobody else does 200 like Apollo does, if you got him. Then you've got King Woods for 50% more bleed and Kyrie for 40% more bleed. Look at this number with me. Deal damage and then deal 20.6 million bleed damage to your opponent for 3 turns. Plus you're subbing them for 3.67 million for 3 turns, which is also reloading your purple moves. So if somehow they survive this, they're not going to, you have another turn to go, right? So yeah, this is a lot of freaking damage. 24 million plus damage per turn times 3. That's, it's just, you don't even need to worry about a strap for this one. You don't need it at all, in fact. No plates that, I can think of anyway. There's bound to be something, but you don't need them, right? Bleed is not going to be affected by the plates or the strap or, the metals or anything, right? So, yeah. So anyway, you're going to increase your moves right here. That's going to load your blue. You're going to drop this, which is going to do 20 million, 100% chance to do 20 million. Plus, every gem swipe is not going to matter. You're going to dodge it. So now all you got to do is you got to match 4 purple gems to reload your other moves. Because, for example, Jade here is going to be a little bit of a problem with how much health she has overall, but really she's not, because she's getting subbed down and bleeded out, right? So there's 24 million, there's 24 million, there's 24 million right there. She survived. Oh, she did not, right? So 5 million easily done. If she survived, she can't gem swipe you, so she really can't reload herself. You're super subbed. You've got the bleed again. It's just insane damage. The new bleed queen in the game, not to steal a phrase from DJ, but my goodness is Jackie good. 4 movesets, super long video. She's that good. So where do I rank her? I think she's easily the best technician female in the game. Charlotte is definitely up there, but lots of touching the board. Jackie's a lot quicker. I like her a whole lot more than Revenge Tour Liv. I don't like Revenge Tour Liv at all. Spoilers. She can do some things, but she just needs way too much. For her, this moveset, let's say you don't have Apollo, you can still put on those other guys. You can put on a 65%, and you're still subbing her down turn 2. Or, instead of Apollo, use the Woods and Kyrie, and then use a sub lasts longer, or sub does more damage, right? Apollo's a big part of this, but this moveset is... it's just crazy, right? And we didn't even see the dodging aspect to it. The turtle plate that does the dodges would do something there, but you don't even need it, right? So that's it for Miss Jackie. She is the best technician female in the game, and S plus tier, so she's going to be very pricey. So keep that in mind. She's not a free-to-play character. That's just very, very, very straightforwardly obvious on this one, right? She's going to be an expensive one. But she's very good. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and my goodness, if your friend or faction mate gets this character, send them this video. Tell them to watch all 4 movesets, because I promise you, no matter what size roster they've got, if they get her by hook, by crook, by accident, or by paying, they will have a great character and lots of different ways to run her. So that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next one, friends. Bye.